What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna have a little bit of a conversation about regular ETBs, but then also some of the PC ETBs. I did the updates for both of them today in the spreadsheet. It was a lot of work to get through, and some things are going up, some things are going down, some I think are primed for a move. So I kind of just want to touch on a few things. We can start out with celebrations. Celebrations in the short term has just been crushing it. I mean, up 73, 74% over the past 3 months, doing great. And I kind of thought this was going to taper off around $230, but it's still in a position where I think it could have more legs, maybe even getting up to like 250, 260 in the short term. It's still possible. The sell-through rate on this box is still fairly strong, so I would not be surprised if it continues pushing higher. If it settles around 230, I think that's not super unexpected. Like, it really wouldn't surprise me either way, but this box has definitely been crushing it over the past couple months. Now, next up, Crown Zenith. This is a box that's actually pulled back a little bit, still up 72% over the past 6 months. The 3-month chart, I don't know why I had 6 months on this. The 3-month chart, you can see here, up 25%, not doing as great as celebrations, and it's kind of stagnated a little bit. We saw this fairly close with like Palday and Fates for the longest time. These were going neck and neck. Crown Zenith was more expensive. Now Palday and Fates is back up to around, what, $200 a regular ETB. So Crown Zenith, when I look on eBay, there really aren't that many listings under like $200 USD. It's kind of weird that TCG Player is around 175, but then on eBay there might be like a dozen boxes, 10 boxes, something like that below $200, at least when I look today. So this is a box that like maybe could spike again. It really wouldn't surprise me. It seems like every week it's getting a little bit closer to where it could potentially move in terms of just inventory remaining, days of inventory. Sell-through rate was still fairly strong on this box. I'm still a huge fan of Crown Zenith long term. You have decent cards in there, the Giratina, the Mewtwo, the Arceus, Dialga, and then lots of the other cards like the Leafeon, the Glaceon, the Raikou, all the other dogs. So very great set. Now, before we go any further and talk about 151, I just want to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, the Shiny app. Guys, whether you're investing in Pokemon or collecting, it's important to be organized at all times and know what you have. That's where Shiny comes in handy. It's a mobile app where you can track your collection, whether it's sealed product or singles or slabs. In Pokemon, they cover English, Japanese, and simplified Chinese. They also cover other games like One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic, Lorcana, and Sorcery. In my opinion, using their app is much easier than their competition, and they're trying to update their data more frequently than everyone else. They're updating twice daily from places like TCG Player, eBay, Card Market, and price charting. And the best part about Shiny is that it's free, so I'll leave links to the Google Play and App Store in the description and pin comment down below. And thank you to Shiny for sponsoring the video. Now, moving on, we need to talk about 151 ETBs, and we're also going to talk about 151 PCTBs because those have made a ridiculous move over the past 28 to 30 days. But even the regular ETBs over the past 3 months, up 25%, which is fairly respectable. This is now a $270 ETB approximately, and you can see sales even up into the 280s on TCG Player. I think on eBay, it's fairly similar. Like, there are some sales getting close to like $300, and there aren't that many ETBs listed below $300 either. I think there's still some around like 260, but then it jumps fairly quickly to 270, 280, 290, then 300, and then it makes even larger leaps, obviously, but that will close in the future. Once the box price gets closer to 300, you'll see listings then start to pop up at like 305, 310. That's normal. But 151 just continuing to pop off. I mean, this really has been chosen at this point to be the specialty set, it seems, in the Scarlet and Violet era to invest in right now. People love the original 151. And I had someone leave a comment about, their kind of theory about the market right now and why people are spending a ton of money on XY era booster boxes, Sun and Moon, and they brought up the CSGO market, which for you guys who don't play video games, CSGO is a very popular first-person shooter. It's actually CS2 now, created by Valve, and they put skins in their game so you can open cases, and skins are very expensive. Like if you pull, say, an Emerald Karambit Factory New, that's like, what, a $30,000 skin. The Dragon Lore, which used to be a drop in the game you could get, is what, $50,000, $70,000, $200,000. I don't even know. I don't really follow the market anymore, but they're just ridiculously expensive. And a lot of that happened after Chinese people and like the Chinese market really took over and exploded the hobby. Skins that were maybe like $100 now $1,000, and they're kind of theorizing that a lot of that market is now entering Pokemon. And to me, that makes perfect sense. And if there was one set right now that I would understand people targeting from the Chinese market in the SV era, it would be 151. You have the simplified Chinese 151 coming out. You have that Mew promo as well. So it all seems just a little bit more connected than it should be to just be a coincidence. And especially with these very expensive boxes going of like Team Up now, Phantom Forces for like the 5 digits, it makes sense. Like people don't really comprehend when a Chinese market gets a hold of something and they really want to buy it out, like they'll buy it out. There are very deep pockets around the world, not just in North America or Europe or Australia. And we really do need to respect that. And they absolutely would target this type of thing. Like it makes sense to me. So I don't know if that's actually what's going on. It wouldn't surprise me. I know I'm kind of going on a tangent right now, but I did want to share that with people who maybe didn't see yesterday's video or didn't read that comment because I thought it was very interesting. So I am curious from you guys. Definitely feel free to leave a comment down below if you do believe we have foreign buyers in Pokemon now who are buying up these Sun and Moon boxes, XY boxes, and even some of the Scarlet and Violet stuff. To me, it makes perfect sense. Like it's a theory I can definitely get behind. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Now moving on, Prismatic, we've just started to see some of those Sam's Club bundles pop up on eBay. I'm grateful this week that the count wasn't super duper high. I think it was like 1,400 ETBs below a 20% leg up. I imagine it's going to be much higher a couple weeks from now. So that's going to be a fun time, dealing with all that in the spreadsheet. But I do think in the short term, we're going to see Prismatic come back down a little bit. It's going to be an opportunity for you guys who want to dollar cost average to buy more Prismatic Evolution. So be on the lookout maybe over the next month, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it's going to be for those Sam's Club bundles to hit the marketplace. We are starting to see a few of them, but I imagine over the next week or two, there's going to be a lot more flooding eBay. Now, next up, we're going to move into some of these PCETBs. And PCTBs are very interesting right now. The original, maybe like 6 or 7 sets from the Scarlet and Violet era. So if you go from like base to, I don't know, like Paldean Fates, I don't even know if that's 7, but those sets, those early sets, they're the ones that are very interesting because there isn't a ton of supply on the market, like maybe only a couple boxes for some of these sets. I think Paldean Fates, maybe there's like a dozen or something below a 20% leg up. And they're selling fairly frequently, like maybe one a day for some of the more popular ones like Obsidian Flames, Paldea Evolved, Paldean Fates, and especially 151. I mean, these over the past 3 months up 42, almost 43%, sitting around $700. Realistically, these are getting closer to $800 at this point. And if we look at the 1-year chart on these PCTPs, I am curious, 413% return. This might be the best sealed investment over the past 12 months. It really might be. It's probably actually up there with like Team Up and some of those XY era sets, like maybe Phantom Forces even. As ridiculous as that sounds, Phantom Forces, Team Up, 151 PCTBs, those are probably some of the best sealed investments you could have had over the past 12 months. Just insane growth. And I really don't know if there's an end in sight. Like if it is foreign buyers buying a lot of these, okay? Because again, like that theory, it makes sense to me. It could potentially happen. And if that's actually what's going on with some of these items, I don't even think we're close to the top. As ridiculous as that sounds, even though like the wider markets may be cooling off, people are getting a bit tired of Pokemon. If it's foreign buyers looking to buy this up, like they will buy up literally everything. These could go to like $2,000. That is generally what happens when the Chinese market takes over. I mean, at least when I'm thinking about, CSGO knives and skins, like Poseidon's, like the M4 Poseidon back in 2015, 2016, that was like $100 skin. It's now $1,000, right? Like, so things can 10x when that happens. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if that unlikely possibility does come to fruition, that's probably what happened here, right? So at least we can have some level of solace for those people that sold their boxes early at like $300 to $400, because who honestly could have predicted that happening? But moving on, we'll talk about a couple more PC ETBs. Paldean Fates, I think that these are kind of due for a move, and it kind of seems like they're slowly moving towards that. The regular ETBs are like $200, PC version's $280. That just seems a little bit off to me, but they have been slowly moving up 25% over the past 3 months. Couple more here. These are some of the newer ones. So Surging Sparks, this is up 8.25% over the past month. There's a lot more supply of these newer sets like Surging Sparks, Journey Together, Prismatic, Destined, than there are the older sets, which intuitively makes sense because they are newer sets, so there hasn't been as much time for people to open them, or maybe Pokemon's changed their print runs due to popularity. They probably didn't do that for Surging Sparks, but maybe Prismatic or Destin, whatever. Prismatic, this is the PCTB that sells the most often out of all of them. Still, I think over like 20 a day still, which is a lot for a PCTB that's over $200. Destin Rivals was the second most liquid PCTB. I think this is selling about 9 a day. There's still a decent amount out there, but even these newer sets like Destin, like Journey Together, Prismatic, the numbers are coming down. So when we look at this, maybe 6 months from now, a year from now, I imagine that they're probably going to be closer to some of these earlier sets like Obsidian Flames, 151, Paldean Fates at that point. But that is going to be it for the video. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you think. Sorry for going on a little bit of a tangent, but I did think that that theory was very interesting. I think it's possible, so I am genuinely curious to hear from you guys what you believe is going on with some of these items. If you guys are shopping on eBay, TCG Player, Hobbiesville, Cardboard Hero, I have affiliate links down below. They're free and easy to use. I get a small kickback, so it's a great way to support me continuing to make these free videos for you guys. With all that said, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe wherever you are in the world. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one.